Tellico Village is one of the most well-known and popular retirement communities in the entire state of Tennessee. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at it today and see what makes it so popular. And by the way, my name is Forrest McCullough. My real estate team helps people just like you make the move to Tennessee. And we have sold dozens of homes in this community, so we know it really well. And we know what people love about it. This lake here is Tellico Lake, and this is one of the primary things that people love about Tellico Village. This is a beautiful lake in East Tennessee. There's actually about 9 other lakes within 45 minutes of here. So people love the lakes in East Tennessee, but this is honestly one of the nicest, and Tellico Village sits right along this lake. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about how you can access this lake if you live in the village. The golf courses are another thing that people love. There are 3 championship golf courses, so I'll talk to you about how you can access those golf courses. And then I'm gonna talk to you about the other amenities, the fitness centers, the restaurants, tennis courts, pickleball courts, all of that kind of stuff. And then at the end, we're gonna actually go into a couple of the new homes that are for sale. So that way you can see what you could expect if you do choose to move to Tellico Village and what you'd be able to buy with your money. Starting off here at this lake, I mean, this really is one of the #1 things for a lot of people. This lake kind of sits in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains, so you can see the camera never quite picks it up as well, but you can actually see the Smoky Mountains there in the background. And by the way, this is the very beginning of March. Here in the next couple weeks, the trees are gonna start to get all their leaves back. The grass is gonna start to get green, but for a couple months here in the winter, it is a little bit brown. So if you're wondering what East Tennessee looks like during winter time, this is pretty much it. So for a couple months, you know, the trees are gonna be bare, you're gonna have some brown grass, but you can actually see a little bit of snow on the mountains there in the background. So this is a super pretty setting, just view out over the lake, mountains in the background. This is the yacht club right here. There's a restaurant in there, and from the windows of that restaurant and the patio outside, you have that view looking out over the lake and the mountains in the background. So absolutely beautiful. A lot of people want to be on the lake just for the natural beauty, have the mountains in the background. A lot of people want to be on the lake for actually getting out on the boat, either fishing or just enjoying time out on the boat. And there are a few different ways that you can do that. 1, you can keep a boat at the marina right here. 2, you can use one of the boat slips, or excuse me, one of the boat launches that's in the community. There's 2 of them within just a few minutes of here. 3, you can just be friends with somebody that has a boat and just utilize their boat. And that is probably the best way to do it. If you want to keep your boat at one of the slips here, just keep in mind there is a wait list. That wait list can be up to about 18 months. The last time I checked, I think it was about 18 months to actually get one of these boat slips here. But that is a great option if you want to live in the village and keep a boat. You can also get a property right on the lake. So there are homes that are right along the lake. You can see some of them right across here, and then there's plenty of them that are on the main channel as well. But those are often in the $1.1 to $2 million range, or even higher a lot of the time. But if you want to have a boat, keep it here, then you can get one of those properties that's back off the lake and not spend as much money and still be able to enjoy it. So that's the lake. You can, have access to it really wherever you live in the village, and all those different ways, whether you want to live on the lake or off the lake and keep your boat here. Next thing we're going to do, go check out the wellness center and some of the other amenities, and then we'll go check out the golf courses. Real quick, before I head up to the wellness center, the location of Tellico Village is also going to be an important factor to a lot of people. Tellico Village is about 45 minutes out from downtown Knoxville. So if you want to get into the city, that's going to be about 45 minutes away. But the important thing to know is access to most of the things you need to get to is much closer. The closest hospital is going to be in Lenoir City, just 15 minutes away. And there is a grocery store right here in the village, as well as other restaurants. So a lot of stuff that you need is right here in the village. And then Lenoir City is gonna have a lot of other stuff just 15 minutes away. And then the largest shopping area in all of East Tennessee is just 25 minutes away from here. It's called Turkey Creek. You're gonna have a Costco right over there. You're gonna have actually another hospital, as well as tons of different grocery stores, every type of retail you could need, other dining options. So anything you could possibly need basically within 25 minutes, but most stuff is gonna be either right here in the village or just 15 minutes away in Lenoir City. The closest airport is gonna be the Knoxville airport, which is about 30 minutes away. The closest international airport is gonna be Nashville, which is about 2.5 hours away. Okay, so there are several things right up here in this section. This is the wellness center right over here. This is where the fitness center is, so weight training equipment, cardio equipment. They have group classes. They have a swimming pool in there. So really nice fitness facility right there. This building is actually a medical facility. So they have a primary care doctor that is in this building, but there's also some other specialties that will rotate through on certain days of the week. And there's also a physical therapist in there as well. Then this white pavilion that you can see kind of out here in the background, that is actually pickleball. And then all these courts on either side, those are open pickleball courts. So they have the pickleball pavilion, and then they have a bunch more pickleball courts. And then up here, kind of up the hill a little bit, is where the tennis courts are gonna be. So you have the fitness center, the medical center, the pickleball courts, and tennis courts. And then right over here in the woods, you actually have a walking trail. So this is gonna be one of the entrances to one of the walking trails. And there's a few other trails kind of throughout the community. And these are just kept up by people that live here in the community. But if you want to get out and go for kind of a little hike, you can do that. Most of these are not paved, so there's a little tiny paved trail that I'm on right here. But most of these trails throughout the community are not paved, so they're just going to be dirt trails. You're going to kind of be able to get out and enjoy just a shorter hike. But like I said, well, I shouldn't say short. Some of these are miles long. But like I said, if you want to get up in the mountains and do some really serious hiking, you can get up to the Smoky Mountains, and that's just about 30 to 45 minute drive away. Then there's also a really long hiking trail actually just outside of the community at the entrance. So just about 5 minutes from right here, you can actually get to an even longer hiking trail. But that is everything that's up here kind of in this central area of the community: the fitness center, the medical center, tennis courts, pickleball courts, hiking trail. And by the way, these pickleball courts, always full. If you're a pickleball player, you will love living here in Tellico Village. There is some serious pickleball that goes on. I mean, it's the best sport, you gotta admit it. Pickleball is definitely a big deal. This is something that I have not seen in any of the other communities. A lot of them have pickleball courts, but I've not seen the covered pickleball pavilion like this. So that's really cool. So if you're a pickleball player, this place is gonna be a good fit for you. If you're not a pickleball player and you move here, you may wanna pick it up. As we head over to check out the golf courses, I wanted to stop by this little commercial area, and this is part of Tellico Village, but you just have several types of offices through here: financial services, banks, and then you have a couple restaurants. You also have the one gas station that's in the village. So there's a gas station right here in the village, and you have the welcome center to the village here. It's just some offices, some restaurants, and there's actually a couple more restaurants just on the other side of where these churches are. So just across the street here, there are a few churches, and then up the street here, there's some more restaurants. Right over here, there's a sushi and hibachi restaurant. And then on the other side of the churches, you have a Mexican restaurant and a Thai restaurant. And there's several other restaurants in here that are in addition to the actual Tellico Village restaurants. So these are not owned or operated by Tellico Village. These are separate, although they are right here in the village. But then you do have those restaurants that are operated by the village that are at the golf courses and at the yacht club. Okay, one more stop before the golf courses, but I promise this one is the last one. But the reason I had to stop here is this might be the most important thing for you to know about in the village. This is the grocery store. So out of everything we're looking at, this is probably what you're gonna be using more than anything else. So this grocery store is right here in the village. Any neighborhood that you live in is gonna be within 5 minutes or so of here, some of them even closer. But this grocery store is actually a fairly good size. It's not the biggest grocery store in the world, but it's fairly good size and super convenient because it is right here in the village. So if you wanna get to all the other grocery stores in Knoxville, you can go over that direction for pretty much anything you need on a weekly basis. You're probably gonna be able to get most of it right here in the village. All right, finally out here at one of these golf courses. This one is the Tellico golf course. And like I said, this is winter time. So these courses are a little bit brown, but they're still in pretty good shape and they're open all year long. You can actually see a foursome coming down the fairway right here. So even though these courses are brown and not in the same condition that they are in the summer, they're still in good condition and they're still great to play during the winter. So that's one of the things that a lot of people are curious about when they move up from Florida. You know, obviously those courses in Florida, you play all year long, no problem. And yes, these courses here are open all year long and they're great to play all year long as well. But I will put up some drone footage of these courses from last summer so you can see what they look like during the spring and summer and fall. It's just a couple months a year that they are brown like this, but even in this condition, they're still great to play. But I will put up some of that drone footage so you can see what they look like during the spring and summer and fall. So this is one of the 3 golf courses. This golf course, Tellico, has a driving range as well. So the driving range is going to be over here. And then they have a restaurant in the clubhouse. And then they also have this event pavilion right here behind me. The 2 other courses are going to be Tenasseee and Kahidi. We'll go check those out as well. But on our way over there, I'm going to drive through and show you some of the neighborhoods. But one of the things I wanted to bring up real quick before we do that is you're probably wondering about what all the fees are associated with these different things. So the membership for the golf course is close to $3,000 a year, but you don't have to have a membership. You can just pay per round. The membership to the fitness facilities that we checked out is about $600 a year per household, and that gets you access to those other tennis courts and pickleball courts and things like that. And then there's different fees associated with reserving a boat slip for yourself. So if you want to see a full breakdown of exactly what all those fees are, you can click the link in the description to download the PDF that breaks all those down in detail. And it'll also go over any other fees that might be associated. So there's a $180 fee, POA fee just for living in the village. And then everything else that's the only mandatory fee. Everything else is just pay for what you want. So you're not required to pay for a membership to any of this stuff. It is all voluntary, but just that $180 POA fee is the only thing that you have to pay. But that PDF breaks down everything in detail. So if you want that PDF, click that link in the description and you can download it, see exactly what you'd have to pay to live here. So as we head over to the next golf course, I wanted to kind of just show you what some of these neighborhoods look like. So a lot of the neighborhoods in Tellico Village were built back in the late 80s and 90s. And this is kind of what a lot of the older homes look like. And then I'm going to take you in and show you a couple of the brand new homes as well. But I also wanted to mention that this QR code that's on the screen here, that'll take you to the link to download that PDF of all the fees that I was talking about. So if you're watching on your TV and you can't click a link in the description, you can just scan that QR code with your phone and it'll take you to that download. This is kind of what some of these older homes look like. And the great thing that a lot of people love about this community is just all the mature trees that you see everywhere. This is the Tenasseee golf course, and the cool thing is they're actually building a brand new clubhouse here, so it's going to have a new restaurant, new pro shop. But I love this course because it's nice and open, and I don't hit the ball out of bounds here nearly as much as I do on the other courses. So this course has nice open fairways, and then you can see this fairway that runs along the lake here. Most of these courses, actually Tenasseee and Tellico, both have several holes that just run along the lake here, and you have lake views on a lot of the other holes. So beautiful setting, and these are courses that I just absolutely love to play. All right, we got to check out a couple of these homes that are for sale now, but before we get into and actually look at these homes, just the overall real estate market in the Tellico Village community, the most expensive homes are going to be on the lake. The lake's actually right across the street from here, and the homes that sit right on the lake are obviously going to be the most expensive. Just to get a lakefront lot is easily $500,000. And then we've seen those golf courses just now. To get a golf front lot is going to be the next most expensive, although quite a bit less than being lakefront. And then you have all these lots that are kind of on the interior, like this one here. And that's what the couple homes that we're going to look at. Most of the homes are going to start in the 600,000s for the new homes. Now there are a couple listed in the 500,000s right now, but for the most part, they're going to start in the 600,000s for these new homes. And this one is listed for $799, and the next one we're going to check out is $649. So we're going to kind of look at a couple of those different price points, and I'm going to kind of point out some of the reasons why this one is listed higher than that other one, and so you can kind of know what to expect. But if you are looking for a lakefront property like these ones down through here, then you can expect to pay at least $1 million and probably more than that. Or a golf front property is going to be probably a little bit under that, but still more expensive than the homes we're looking at right now. Let's go in and take a look at this one. First of all, it has a 3-car garage, so that's one reason that the price is going to be a little bit higher. It's also directly across from the lake, so you have a little bit of a lake view. Most of the homes in here do not have any kind of lake view, so that's going to be another one of the reasons. But it's also just a really nice home. So coming in the front door here, you have this large double glass door. The home just looks really nice from the street. I'm going to show you kind of the layout, and we'll just really quickly look at the finishes. Pretty much all the new homes in here are going to have one level living, meaning all the bedrooms, or at least 3 bedrooms, including the primary bedroom, are on the main level. And then you're going to have this open kitchen and living area. So this floor plan is pretty standard for the way most of the homes in Tellico Village are built. This one is actually over 2,500 square feet. So most of the new homes are going to be in the 2,000 to 2,500 square foot range. This one has the 3 bedrooms on the main level, and then it actually has a bonus room upstairs. So that's another reason why this one's listed a little bit higher. And then also the finishes in here are just really nice. This one has great finishes in the kitchen. It has a nice large pantry with built-in shelving, and then you have a nice full ceiling height fireplace in here in the living room. Out here on the back porch, we'll walk through and take a look at the other rooms here in a second. But out here on the back porch, you have stamped concrete, screened in back porch, and then another stamped concrete patio right outside here. This actually is one of the primary things that I want to mention. You have just complete privacy in the back. So a lot of the homes in Tellico Village will back up to another home. So there'll be another street behind it, and then there'll be another home that kind of backs up. You will usually have some trees, but a lot of the time it's only about a 15-foot stretch of trees, so you can kind of see through it to the next home. But this one has complete privacy. And this is one of the things that a lot of people are looking for a home in Tellico Village will focus on. Most people don't end up wanting to spend that extra money to get right on the lake, but they might want to have just privacy in the back. So you can get a home like this, spend $500,000 less than getting right on the lake, but still have this privacy like that. So this one listed at $799. That is one of the big factors, having this lot with that complete privacy in the back. And heading back in, we'll check out the layout and the bedrooms really quick. But this kitchen has plenty of storage, tons of cabinet space in this kitchen, nice appliances, gas range, of course, stainless steel appliances. You have a wine rack right here. And then the primary suite is gonna be just back through here. Nice detail work in the primary suite. You have this accent wall, tray ceiling with beams, large windows, and you have plenty of room for a large king size bed. You could do a sitting area, large nightstands. So plenty of room in this primary suite. Nice large closet. This really is a good size closet. Some of them you'll see honestly about a third or a half of this size. Some of the new homes, so this is a really good size one. And then the bathroom is nicely finished as well. Large soaker tub, walk-in shower tiled to the ceiling. You have 2 shower heads, actually 3 shower heads, because you have removable one and the standard and the rain shower head, private toilet closet, and then your double vanity right here. So nice finishes in the bathroom as well. Then you're gonna have your laundry room just through here. Nice sink, built-in cabinets. Your garage is gonna come in through this door, and of course it is the full 3-car garage, so tons of space in here. And then you're gonna have your other 2 bedrooms just on the other side of the living room here. And as we walk to these other 2 bedrooms, you do have a dedicated dining room. This just off the living room and the kitchen. So kitchen and living room, dedicated dining room right here. This floor plan, you can actually build this kind of more of as an office and put some doors right here, and then it functions more as an office. But the way this one's built, this would be a good dining room. And then you're gonna have your 2 secondary bedrooms. So most of the floor plans in here will have these 2 secondary bedrooms on the main floor, and then some of them, like this one, has the bonus room upstairs, which we'll go check out in a second. And usually these bedrooms are just kind of your standard size. So the primary bedroom's good size. These are kind of just standard size bedrooms. And this bathroom, tile all the way to the ceiling in the shower, nice vanity. So this is gonna be the bathroom that is used for those 2 bedrooms. That's also the bathroom that your guests would use because there is no powder room in this particular home. And we'll head upstairs and check out the bonus room. So up in this bonus room, a lot of people will use this for themselves, maybe as a media room or something like that. But also a lot of people like to have a bonus room for when family comes to visit. And this is a perfect setup for one because they did a full bathroom up here. Sometimes there'll be a bonus room, but no bathroom. But this one does have a full bathroom. Again, tile all the way to the ceiling for the shower. So it is a nice bathroom. You have a full size closet up here as well. So if you want to have kind of that additional space for family coming to visit, so they're going to be really comfortable, you can use this bonus room. So they'll have kind of their private area with the room and the bathroom up here. So this home is currently for sale for $799, like I said. You know, if you were interested in buying this particular one, shoot us a text right now so we can get you connected. The reason that I wanted to show you in these homes is just kind of show you what to expect. This is kind of what you can get for $799. You have lake view, which honestly that's really rare. You're probably not gonna find that, just to be honest, unless you bought this particular home. There are very few lots that have any kind of lake view at all like that, unless you're right on the lake. But the other things that are really the highlights of this home, the privacy in the backyard, the 3-car garage, the extra bonus room with bathroom upstairs, and then really nice finishes throughout. So this is kind of what you can get for that $799 price range. We'll go check out what you can get for $649. So this next home is listed for $649. We'll go in and check out some of the differences. Right off the bat, you have a 2-car garage. So that's gonna be one of the differences for the price on this home. And then this one is just over 2,200 square feet. So it's a little bit smaller, and it does have a bonus room upstairs, but the downstairs does not have quite as much square footage as the last home we were just in. So a little bit smaller on the square footage for the downstairs area, but this is still a beautiful home, listed for $649. You're not right across the lake. That's one of the factors on the price. The 2-car garage, and then just the size, a little bit less square footage. So for $649, this is kind of what you can get. Still incredible finishes, huge kitchen island, tons of cabinet storage in the kitchen. This one actually even comes with a wine fridge built in. You have an electric range here. One of the things to keep in mind is Tellico Village is a propane community, so a lot of people here will have a propane tank. There's not natural gas, but a lot of people will have a propane tank. So a lot of times you can get this switched out for propane if you want to. But this is kind of the kitchen and living area of this home. You have actually just an electric fireplace for this. You have built-in shelving. So as you can see, $649 still gets you a very nice home. This primary bedroom is gonna be a great size, about the same size as the last one. You don't have quite the same trim work and detail work in here, but of course the price is $150,000 less as well. Good sized bathroom. You still get your large double vanity, you get your soaker tub, and then the closet is gonna be quite a bit smaller. So this is one of those areas, less square footage on this main level, so smaller closet, but still decent size in here. And then you got your full floor to ceiling tile for the walk-in shower. So that's the primary suite. This one, again, like the last one, 3 bedrooms on the main level, which is what you're gonna find in most of these new homes. So you've got your 2 secondary bedrooms up here at the front of the home, one there, and then the other one right here, and then you're gonna have your bathroom for those 2 bedrooms right here. Now, one of the other differences in this home is the bonus room upstairs does not have its own bathroom. So this would not function very well as a guest. So this would not function as a guest suite because there's no bathroom, and it's also completely open. There's no door to shut this off. So this is kind of just a finished bonus area, but no bathroom up here. So it gives you some extra square footage, but it doesn't function quite the same as that last house. So you can see a few differences between this one and the last one, but still for $649, you're getting a really nice house. And then the back patio is the last place we'll check out. And this one, I mentioned the privacy of the last one. This one actually has really good privacy as well. So I think this is one of the huge benefits to this home. I think if this was on one of those lots that I was talking about where it just backs directly up to another home, this home you may see listed for $630 or somewhere around that rather than $650. So I think you still have some great privacy. Some of the homes you'll see, you have a home directly behind you, and a lot of people want to try to avoid that. So these 2 homes just kind of give you an idea for what you can expect if you are looking for a home in Tellico Village. But I'm going to tell you something that is extremely important to understand if you are looking to move to Tellico Village, and that is a lot of the homes that sell before they ever hit the market. And the important thing about that is some of the best properties you're never going to see online anywhere. The way that works is if you reach out to my team and you describe the type of property that you're looking for, we're going to look online and show you anything that might fit your criteria that you're looking for. But if we can't find anything that fits what you're looking for, we have connections with all these builders, and we can actually find properties that are not listed yet that may better fit what you're looking for. And we can even do a customized build ground up for you with one of these builders. And that way you can choose exactly what you want in the property. So it's really important to know that if you're looking online and you're not seeing exactly what you want, you're not looking really at all the options. You need to have access to what's not even listed online, and we'd be happy to help you with all of that. So if you want my team to do that work for you and connect you with those builders and get you access to options that aren't even listed online. You can book a call with us at the link in the description, or simply shoot us a text at the number on the screen here, and we'd be happy to help you with that. But the other important thing to remember with that is, with a home like this, for example, you could buy it today, move in 30 days. If you want to do one that's under construction, or maybe a custom build from ground up, you're going to be waiting 6+ months. But for a lot of people that are moving into the area and retiring, you have that kind of time to wait. So that can be a great option for a lot of people, and you're able to get a home that better fits what you're looking for. The last area that we're looking at is called Kahiti, and this is also where the third golf course is. But a lot of people get confused about what Kahiti is and think it's actually a separate community from Tellico Village. But while it is geographically separate, I'm about 20 minutes down further south from the main part of Tellico Village that I was just in. Although it is geographically separate, it's still part of the same community. So you have access to everything that you have in the main part of the village. You pay the same POA fee. You have access to join the golf clubs, or just pay as you play. You have access to join the fitness centers and all of that sort of stuff. It's the same community, just geographically separate. And one of the things about this community is it's a little bit more quiet. There are actually more home sites still available. It has the Kahiti golf course out here, and it is also golf cart accessible everywhere in the community. So up in the main part of the village, a lot of those neighborhoods are not golf cart accessible to the golf courses, because you have to hop on the main highway and you can't get a golf cart out there. But Kahiti here, you can pretty much get your golf cart around anywhere in here. It's a little bit more quiet, a little bit more secluded, and there are a lot of home sites still available. You also have some really great mountain views out here, because it is a little bit further south, closer to the mountains. So this is the Kahiti Golf Club out here. The golf course stretches out here in the background, and you can kind of see the view of the Smoky Mountains. You can see the snow still up on top of the mountains. So as you play this course, you have that view out in the background, which is really pretty. This is still on Tellico Lake, and they don't have a full service marina here, but they do have boat slips that you can get, and then you can get homes that are actually on the lake. But one of the things to keep in mind is they don't have a fitness center that's the same scale as the fitness center up in the main part of the village. It's a very small fitness center in this building over here. They also don't have the grocery store in the community, and it's also a little bit further away from Knoxville. So a little bit more secluded, but you can drive your golf cart all around. They have pickleball courts right here. You can actually see a couple golf carts here, so people have drove over here on their golf carts. Up in the main part of the village, you cannot get your golf cart over to play pickleball. So there's no way you could go drive your golf cart to play pickleball in the main part of the village. You just can't get up there. But like I said before, you can get everywhere around here on your golf cart. So a little bit more secluded, but if you do want to be able to get everywhere on your golf cart and you want to have those amazing mountain views in the background, Kahiti can be a great choice. But that's just about going to wrap it up for this video. If you want to connect with my team so we can help you make the move to Tennessee, you can click that link in the description below to book a Zoom call with us, or simply text the number just on the screen here. Either way, click the link to book a Zoom call, or simply text the number, and we would love to connect with you and help you make that move to Tennessee. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.